Alright, so we're going to run through 15 to 20 minutes of hip mobility opening, hamstring opening. Got Rob today. So we're just going to start off sitting on bum, feet coming out in front of us, flat on the feet just outside of hip distance apart, hands just behind low back. We're just going to windmill the knees out to the left, bringing both knees to the floor. Other way, Rob, that's right. Come around to the other way, and then just moving left to right, just mobilizing a little bit through the hips. If this feels hard enough, you can just keep your hands to low back, helping you move. Or if it feels alright, you can bring hands up off of the floor. And if that still feels quite comfortable, you can really lean your chest in towards the thighs. Holding it over on the left side, just come into a modified pigeon stretch. Right knee behind left foot. And we're just going to bring torso over the left shin, coming onto forearms, or raising yourself up with blocks or anything. Come over the shin, Rob. Work your way a bit more to the right. Just coming over this right left leg. Take a few deep breaths here. Start walking your way back up. Come round to the right side. Bring torso over the right shin. Bring that foot in towards the right foot in towards the left knee, and then just bring the torso over that right shin. Start walking the hands back up to center. This time you can use your hands or not. So what we're going to do, Rob, is you're going to bring the legs around to the left. We're going to bring the glutes up off the floor using hands or not. Pushing yourself up, driving hips forwards. Come back down onto your bum using hands behind low back or hands up off of the floor. Come round onto the knees on the right side, drive hips forwards. Engage through glutes. Come back down, and just making your way through 4 more each side. Hips pushing forwards. Gently come down onto glutes with control. Roll over to the right side, push hips forwards. Roll it back round. 5 to go. 5. Come back down. 4. 3, back down, 2 more. Last one. Coming back down, sitting on bum. We're just going to bring the right foot out in front, extending in the right leg. Left foot coming towards the inside of the right thigh. If the left knee is really high up off the floor, just pop a little brick or something underneath the left leg. Chest up nice and tall, toes pulling back in towards us. Engaged in this quad, the right quad to release the right hamstring. Chest up nice and tall, not trying to round in upper back too much. Shoulder blades pulling back and down, spine. Janu Shirshasana, head to knee pose. We're just going to hinge in at the hips, fold over this front right thigh. Just coming into a forward fold, just opening up in the right hamstring. Chest up nice and tall. Inhale, breathe up into the chest as you exhale. Gently pulling yourself towards the foot. Head maybe coming towards knee, maybe not, doesn't really matter. Working with your breath to gently ease yourself in a little bit deeper, but taking your time. just gently start to walk back up. Chest up nice and tall, sitting up nice and tall. Inhale to bring arms up overhead. Exhale, right hand coming to the outside of the left thigh. Left hand coming behind low back. Other way, Rob, right hand on left thigh.
Right hand on
Left thigh. There you go. Breathing up into chest. Then you exhale, gently twist, opening up torso towards the left side of wall. Not cranking back in the neck. Just opening through torso. Coming back to centre, pop the left foot out in front, extending the left leg forwards. Pulling the toes back towards you to engage the quad, which will release the hamstring. The right knee's high off the floor, popping a brick or block underneath it. Chest up nice and tall, long through spine. Inhale to reach arms up overhead. Exhale, hands falling wherever they may, even if it's just outside the shin and your chest is still up nice and tall, keep it there. Otherwise, if you can come into a bind around the foot, come into it, but don't round in upper back too much. Try to keep chest up tall, back flat. Gently start to work your way back up. Inhale to bring arms up overhead, chest up nice and tall. Exhale, left hand onto the right thigh, right hand comes behind low back. Inhale to breathe up into chest. Exhale to gently twist towards right side wall. Inhale to make your way back to centre. Bring the hands to the front of your mat. Make your way into downward facing dog. Low lunge, inhale, raise the right leg. Exhale to gently step the right foot in between the hands. Softening the left knee to the floor. Inhale to reach up, lengthen through side of body. Exhale to gently twist, bring the left hand to the outside of the right thigh. Right hand onto low back, left butt cheek or left hamstring. Inhale to breathe up into chest. Exhale to gently twist, maybe looking back at the left foot. Inhale to come back to centre, half Hanuman or half front splits. Bringing the fingertips to the floor onto bricks or blocks. Do you want a couple of bricks, Rob? Yeah, there's left one. Rob's going to demo how to do it on bricks. I'll demo on hands. Gently just walking the heel of the right foot a few inches forwards. Bringing the hips over the left knee. Straightening into the right leg. Bring your hips back a little bit, Rob. Just so bring the hips over this left knee. There. Come up a bit taller if you want on the blocks. Toes pulling back. Right hip pulling back, left hip pulling forwards. Inhale to breathe up into chest. As you exhale, maybe reaching a little bit further forwards, but really engaged through this quad. So keep the hip over the knee, Rob. So by lengthen forwards, just
Right.
literally keeping the legs where they are and just reaching the head towards the toes. Low lunge, just walking the heel back in. Send all the weight back into the right foot. Bringing the right knee over toes. Bringing chest onto thigh. Really just driving the knee forwards just to work into a bit of ankle mobility. Chest on the thigh. And you can walk your hands forwards and really put as much weight as you want through the ankle. Just make sure you keep the heel on the floor. Inhale to work your way back, bringing the left glute on top of the left heel, coming into more of a restorative front bridge, front splits even. That's it, Rob. So if it feels a bit uncomfortable, you want to pop a brick underneath the right glute. Pop a brick underneath the right glute if you want, Rob.
Under the right one.
Yeah, under your right arse cheek.
Yeah.
Bring it in more. So there, bring it in. That's it, so you're seated on it, so you're not putting too much weight in the ankle. If this is a bit too much, putting weight on your ankle, pop a brick underneath the right glute, or just bring the left ankle outside of the thigh. Inhale to reach up, lengthen through body. Exhale, again, front splits, open up through hamstrings, fold forwards. Lizard lunge, just walking the hands towards the front of the mat to the inside of the right foot.
Inside of the right foot,
So we're come back into like a low lunge, so walk your hands forwards, Rob.
Yeah.
Take a look back at me if you want. So you just hit hands to the inside of the right foot.
You got to go up.
That's it there, so stay there.
Yeah.
And then coming on the ball of the left foot and engaged in the left leg, just push back to you like in a low lunge, Rob.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Knee outside of the right tricep, so bend into the right knee more. Stay where you are.
Yeah.
That's it, that's it.
Yeah.
There, that's it.
Yeah.
Strong in this leg, engage in this leg, pushing through the left heel.
Yeah.
That's it. If that feels intense enough, you can stay there. Or you can come in onto your forearms onto the block.
What, in that position?
In this position, just lowering your forearms onto the block. If it feels comfortable enough as it is, like you don't want to go any deeper, then keep it there. That's fine. So keep it there, yeah?
Whoa.
So Rob's going to demo keeping it here. If you feel like you're a little bit more warmed up in the hips, you've got the option to drop the forearms onto the floor, keeping the weight to the inside of the right ankle. If you're here and you're staying where Rob is, you can just go into small hip circles, Rob, just rocking forwards and to the left and back and to the right, just to work into the hips a little bit more. If you're on your forearms, just gently working your way back up onto your hands. Grab a hold of the bricks here, Rob.
Yeah.
Grab a hold of the bricks, just pop them back underneath your hands where they were.
There.
Go onto your sides. Go onto the side of the block, sorry.
Yeah.
Bring them in, bring them in, bring them in.
Yeah.
Here, inhale, look forwards towards that wall in front of you, Rob. Shoulder blades pulling down back. As we
Yeah.
exhale, we're going to straighten into this right leg, staying on the ball of the left foot.
Straighten the right leg.
Straighten the right leg, right thigh bone pulling up into the right hip bone, right hip pulling back, left hip pulling forwards.
Yeah.
Squeeze that right quad. Keep the toes on the floor, it will ease out a bit, a little bit. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Squeeze that right quad, Rob. Are you falling back? Are you slipping?
Yeah.
So if you've got socks on like we have, then you will be slippery on mats. Exhale, bend back into that knee, Rob. Go back into low lunge. Three-legged dog. Inhale, bring that leg up and back, Rob.
What, the right leg?
Bring it up and back, three-legged dog. So like downward facing dog, but that right foot's going to be up in the air. Exhale to lower that right foot, Rob. Low lunge left side, inhale, raise left leg. Exhale, step the left foot in between hands. Soften the right knee to the floor. Inhale, raise torso, reach up towards ceiling. Really try to feel as if you're inhale, breathing up into side of the body, really reaching up through fingertips. Engage through this right butt cheek. Left knees over left ankle. Exhale, right hand to the outside of left thigh. Left hand onto low back. Right arse cheek or right hamstring. Big breath in, breathing up into chest. Exhale, twist. Half Hanuman, half front splits, just coming back to center. Fingertips coming on bricks or floor. Just walking the left heel a few inches forwards. Straightening into the left leg. Left toes pulling back towards us. Hips just over the right knee. Stay where you are, Rob. Keep them. Stay down, stay down, stay down, stay down. Half front splits, yeah? Hips staying over this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah? Straightening into that left thigh. Squeeze, squeeze. Toes come back towards you. Getting cramp. Just bend into the knee a little bit, get cramp and just ease out there. When it eases off, go back into it. Stay knee on the floor, Rob.
That's cramp, that's
Yeah, we'll just come out of it and just shake it out a little bit. Half Hanuman, left hip pulling back, right hip pulling forwards, engaged in the left quad. Come up higher on the blocks, Rob, if it feels a bit intense. That's it, chest up nice and tall. Inhale to breathe up into chest, exhale to reach head towards toes. Low lunge, bringing all the weight back into that left foot, maybe walking the left heel in, back in towards you. Bringing chest, torso onto the left thigh. Literally putting as much weight as you want through the left ankle. But just make sure this left heel even stays on the floor. Just working on a bit of ankle mobility. Or restorative front splits. Just working the right glute, right butt cheek back to the right heel. So working all the way back, Rob. Keep and hold one of them blocks, Rob. Pop one of the blocks underneath the left arse cheek. Sitting down on that brick. Chest up nice and tall. If this feels a bit too much in this right leg, either raise the brick up a little bit higher, or just bring the right leg round, come back into the stretch that we started with, Janusha. Or you can bring the right ankle to the outside of the right thigh. Inhale, breathe in, lengthen through spine. Exhale to reach forwards. Lizard lunge, walking back onto that left foot, left knee over left ankle.
Left knee over left ankle.
So we'll go forward a little bit further up. Start working up the feet a little bit further forwards. So you're going to be here. That's it, hands to the inside of the left foot. Inside, that's it. Bring this foot out a little bit more. Keep the weight on the inside of the left ankle. I'm going to take this mat away from you so you don't slip. Coming onto the balls of the right foot. Inhale, look towards the wall in front of you. Exhale to lift up off of that right knee, push through the right heel, chest up nice and tall, looking forwards. Lizard lunge.
Strong on the ground.
Feet, hands on the floor, Rob. Keep hands on the floor. Push this leg strong through this leg, strong. Option to keep it here, keep your hands on the floor, Rob. Or option to come down on the forearms just to open up in the hips a little bit more. If you're on your forearms, come back up onto your hands. Three-legged dog, Rob. Inhale, swing this left leg around. Bring the left foot up towards the ceiling. Exhale, lower it down. Inhale, look past the hands, bend into the knees. Exhale, step, jump or float to the front of your mat. Go and check your phone if you want, bro. Otherwise, coming into Malasana Yogi Squat. Just gonna cut the video so we can move into a better position. Malasana Yogi Squat. If you struggle to sit in a deep squat, could be quite a few things going on. Hips, might just have really tight hips. Might be the ball and socket joint in the hip. Or it might be also that you're really tight throughout shoulders and spine. And you might find that you're more here. Over time, if you keep working on it, you'll get into the position. So anyway, if you struggle to have ankles on the floor, just bring something underneath the ankles so you can sit your heels down and feel a bit more grounded. Elbows in between thighs, bring palms together, push elbows into the thighs. Try to bring straight line going from one elbow to the next. Chest up nice and tall. And we're gonna hold this for a minute. Right, to keep back straight, pushing through the heels of the foot, so much so that maybe you can bring your toes up off the floor and wiggle them. 45 seconds to go. .30 seconds. .15 seconds. Release elbows from inside the thighs. Bring the toes to face towards the front of the mat.
What about that much?
Bring palms underneath the feet. Or yogi grip on the big toe. Bring an index finger, a middle finger around the big toe, wrapping thumb around. If you've got palms underneath, inhale, look forward to a flat back. Feel like you're lengthening into the legs, straightening into the thighs. Exhale, fold over. Inhale to pull low belly away from thigh. Exhale, maybe going a little bit deeper. Gently release, come all the way up to standing. Side to side squat or curtsy squat. We're going to take a big step out wide, so we're widening our stance. And we're going to start by coming over to the left. We've got a few ways of doing this. Just going to sink left glute towards left heel of the foot. Knees going to track the toes. We're going to engage in the right quad, right toes are going to face towards the ceiling as we come down. So if we both go over towards the left, sink in the left glute towards the left heel, chest staying up nice and tall. Try and really flex and engage in that right quad, right toes facing towards the ceiling. Again, if you're struggling here to keep the left heel on the floor, just pop something underneath it. Come up and make your way through to the other side, Rob. So you can make your way up and over like Rob is, or you can work your hands around, more of a modified version. Come over onto the right side, left toes facing towards the ceiling, chest up nice and tall. Otherwise, if you want to work no hands, come up over onto the left side, Rob. Go up and over like Rob is, or keep hips really low and work your way through to the other side. And go back and forth, Rob. Let's go for 7 more. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Nicely done. Come all the way up tall. Stay in this wide straddle position. Inhale to lengthen up through spine and head. Crown and head even. Exhale, hinging at the hips. Come into a forward fold. Hands come into the inside of feet. Option to grab hold of a couple of bricks here and bring the floor up towards you. Option, if that feels comfortable, to work the hands away from you, walking them behind you. Coming deeper into forward fold. You feel like you're really engaged through quads to release the hamstrings. Inhale to walk your hands forward, Rob.
Yeah.
Look forwards towards a flat back.
Yeah.
And then gently start to walk your feet out, just coming into a bit more of a middle split. Careful with socks on, Rob. Work to as deep as feels comfortable for you. Try to keep engaged in the legs. Feel as if both heels of the feet are pulling in towards each other. Keep active throughout the hip flexors. This feels enough here. Hands on the floor, stay there, Rob. Feel that your adductors?
Yeah.
This feels alright, keep it here on hands. So if it feels comfortable, you can come down onto forearms. And all we're going to do is gently rock forwards and then gently push back. Gently rock forwards, gently push back. I'm going to go for 7 more. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Gently bring these to the floor. Shake it out a little bit, come into child's pose if that feels nice. Just roll over onto each thigh. Roll over onto your bum, come back to seated position. Right foot facing forwards. Left foot's going to come up and over. Try to have that foot flat on the floor. Right arm's going to come round, gently hug the left thigh. Left hand's going to come behind low back. Big breath in, up into chest. Pulling belly button away from left thigh. Exhale, gently twist. You can work your way up. Left foot comes out in front. Right foot comes up and over. Left hand comes around. Really hug it with your left forearm, Rob. That's it, like that. That's it. Right hand comes behind low back. Big breath in, reaching up through crown of the head. Pulling low belly away from right thigh. Exhale, gently twist. Gently release. Bring both soles of the feet together, just coming into diamond pose. Gently just rock the knees up and down. That'll do. Alright?
Yeah, it's good, man. It's not easy either, is it?
Oh, come into a forward fold. Last one. Just up nice and tall. Toes pulling back towards you. Engaged in the quads. Try not to round too much in upper back. Try to keep back flat. Inhale to reach up hinging at the hips, fold, reach it forwards. That's it. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to fold. Come to lying on your back. Bring both knees in towards your chest, give them a big hug. Keep the left knee pulling in towards the chest. Let the right heel extend away from you, coming onto the floor. Keeping the right hand on the left knee, left arm extends away. Gently let the left knee pop over to your right. Coming into a gentle twist. Try to keep the left shoulder on the floor. Gently pushing the left knee into the floor. Inhale, bring both knees back up to the chest. Keep hold of the right knee this time. Let the left foot extend away, pushing through the left heel. Gently pulling the right knee in towards the armpit. Keep the left hand on the right knee. Let that knee pop over towards your left. Right arm extending away. Trying to keep the right shoulder on the floor as you gently press the knee into the floor. Big breath, moving up into chest. Your exhale, maybe just softening shoulder and knee to floor. Come back to center. Give the knees a big hug. Roll left to right, back and forth, whatever feels nice. Whenever you're ready, bring yourself back up to a seated position. And then that'll do.